Loma Tsongkhapa was my first boyfriend. I should say my spiritual friend since I was a teenager. That's how I entered this journey. So today is the auspicious day. We're gonna retake the most sublime vow we can ever take in our life. I don't know how you feel about. For me, since I was born, I've been taking certain kind of vows, like or promises, or do this, not to do this, or as a human being myself. But this is the most profound, the most important, most privileged thing I can do in this lifetime, and also next lifetime. Bodhisattva vow carried to the future lives, although refuge vows end this life. So I'm sure you've taken in your past lives, and those connections brought you here, or some kind of imprint brought you, started to ripen here. Then again, this auspicious occasion, we take the Bodhisattva vows, the most sublime vows we can ever take. The gist of the Bodhisattva vows, we become the servant of all beings for the sake of alleviating the suffering of all beings and bring happiness to them. Don't you think just saying that makes awe and wonder, brings us so much joy in our lives? This appearance and emptiness, so-called phenomena, but in that we can live our lives so meaningfully. I just want to say a few words about Bodhisattva vow. I'm sure you are taking, perhaps every day you can take Bodhisattva vow, and retake again and again to really remind ourselves, commit ourselves. This is called a spiritual privilege, I would say, to cultivate compassion, love, selflessness, and to work tirelessly for the liberation of others. So this vow represents the formal commitment to this Bodhisattva ideal and solidifies our dedication to the path of a Bodhisattva. However, this is not just a formal ceremony, more than that. Transformative act that reorient practitioner, our life, towards benefit in all beings, and cultivating the ultimate qualities of a Buddha and contributing to the removal, alleviation of the suffering in the world. This is what we do. The formal commitment to free others from suffering and bring them to enlightenment. Of course, there are lots of symbolism of taking the vow. And by taking the vow, you can enter the Mahayana path. So this Bodhisattva vow marks the formal embrace of the Mahayana path of compassion and universal responsibility. And that's what His Holiness calls. And becoming a part of a community. By taking the vow, one connects with a lineage of practitioners who share the same aspirations, like here, Takini's whisper, and inspiration for lifetimes. The vow transcends a single lifetime, serving as a guide for our spiritual journey across countless lives, as I said. So there are lots of significance of taking the vows. Then, of course, in terms of bodhicitta, there are two kinds of bodhicitta, as you may know. Aspiring bodhicitta, this heartfelt aspiration to attain enlightenment for others, and engaged bodhicitta, actively undertaking practices that lead to enlightenment and benefit others. Now, the excellence of the bodhicitta, of course, in Shantideva's Bodhicharyavatara, they talks about all about bodhicitta, like talks about the general benefit and the specific benefit. These are the paragraph from the Shantideva's text. So very important to contemplate the benefit, right? Because we are receiving the Bodhisattva vows. If we know the benefit, what's good about receiving the Bodhisattva vow, or the benefit of bodhicitta, we can work more, become more meaningful. So general benefit of bodhicitta, contemplating wisely throughout the ages. The Buddha has seen its great benefit, that it helps boundless multitudes of beings be brought easily to supreme joy. If bodhicitta is born in that moment, even those who suffer, chained in prisons of samsara, are called children of the Buddhas, revered by all the world, by gods and humankind. So that's the general benefit of bodhicitta. Then the specific benefit of aspiration and application, disengaged bodhicitta, is bodhicitta, the awakened mind, is known in brief to have two aspects: aspiring bodhicitta in the intention, and active bodhicitta, practical engagement. Just as 100th the difference between wishing to go and setting out upon a journey. Similarly, the wise should understand the different stages of these two, and the preciousness of those who have awakened bodhicitta. I bow down before all those in whom the most precious sacred mind is born. I take refuge in those great souls of joy who bring bliss even to those who harm them. Now we're going to dive into the main ritual of taking the Bodhisattva vow. I want you to imagine all the Buddhas and Bodhisattva in the sky before you, above you, they're witnessing. Usually, in terms of Bodhisattva vow, we follow His Holiness, and His Holiness follow the Shantideva style. I want you to imagine all the awakened beings are ready to witness, and they are so happy, rain of blessings, and so we became children of the Buddhas. There are so many benefits of bodhicitta. Of course, you can read about all the list of the benefits or advantages of having a bodhicitta. More precious than a wish fulfilling jewel. That's what the Shantideva said. But over time, as we practiced, we started to recognize that word more precious than the wishing fulfilling jewel. Started to have a more experience on how precious it is, how fortunate we are. In fact, that brought us here and to the Dharma practice. But also in this lifetime, we do our best with bodhicitta. Then that's carried to the however time, until the world suffering disappear on this galaxy or planet or world. Bodhicitta is the best medicine. Of course, there are lots of medicine, but bodhicitta is best medicine ever. The bodhicitta is best antidepressant. Yeah, anyway, if I start talking about the numerous benefit of bodhicitta, then time will run out. So I stop here. But I'm sure your heart is filled with this appreciation and preciousness of bodhicitta. Kusan tuki ngotu zeru soru